Welcome back to Marketing Champions. I'm Howard Walpuff, your host here on dailyadbrief.com. We're talking about marketing around the country with great marketers really doing great things for their clients. Today we're with Scott Robertson of Robertson Communications out of California. And Scott, welcome to the conversation today.
Hey, thanks very much for having me, Howard. Pleasure to be here.
And we're glad to have you and learn more about what you are doing for your clients. You described it as attraction-based marketing that is your focus, and you've been at this for a while. So why don't you tell us what that means and how you're implementing this for your clients?
Yeah, absolutely. I think, the rest of the marketing profession has sort of told the world that marketing is this funnel, right? And basically that we put a bunch of people at the top of this funnel, and at the end we spit out, and this is our customers, and this is what we have to settle for. I don't believe that's true at all, by the way. I believe that we can be this. I believe that our profession can be this awesome magnet. We can pull the right people, out of any funnel without having to worry about, pushing them down and narrowing them out and doing the things that bother or annoy them. And I think that we can do that by having a great story that's about them, that solves their problems, that is all about, them and their problems. Then we can amplify that by putting out content that's extremely valuable to them. And then my secret sauce is at the end, I like to bring in my friends in the press, and especially if we're talking about products and things like that, and they review those products or they talk about these companies, and they add that kind of third-party trust and credibility. And I think if you put those things together, you create a really powerful magnet. And you don't have to settle for 10% of the funnel. You can get 100%, and you can sleep great at night because you're not bothering anybody that doesn't want to hear from you.
Your example is fantastic, especially the visual part of it, because there really should be more than just what comes out of the funnel, and packaging that with a media presence, getting some good media reports on what you're doing does help get that message out, because people, look, there's problems people have they don't want, or results that people want that they don't have, and being able to get your clients into that mind of the consumer and have conversations, have good conversations, is really important for the success of what they're trying to accomplish.
Yeah, it is. And I think we missed that. I mean, if you look at some of our language, we talk about people as being conversions and targets and those kind of things. I mean, those are the same exact terms that the military uses before they fire a missile and blow up an entire village. Oh, well, there were some targets and it's like, these are people. These are people that we're trying to build a relationship with. And it's long past time that we start to remember that. People that become curious, that want to become enlightened about what we're saying, and then they want to move to commitment. Yet the marketing profession isn't happy with that and wants to convert people and will literally just beat you down at every media that you consume with a message until you submit or until you unsubscribe. And I'm a no relationship left behind sort of marketer.
So how do we resolve this? I think marketing changes over the course of time. We are doing things now that we weren't doing 2 to 5 years ago. And the next couple of years, things are going to change as well. Where do you see this evolution, and how do we make it friendlier, more inviting, and more personal?
Well, I think the message for all of us in the profession to our clients needs to be, we need to begin with empathy. We need to be no relationship left behind sort of people. We need to basically say, look, everybody in that funnel could potentially be a relationship for us, so let's not blow it. Let's not blow it. And some people need more time with our brand, and that's fine. But let's make sure that everything that we send them is great. Let's make sure that we don't just fill the marketing automation engine with a bunch of messages just so we can say we sent something out. Let's send great stuff out. I got a thing from a hamburger joint the other day, and the title of the email was, "We miss you." I was like, "You miss me? You're a hamburger place." I mean, what kind of relationship do you feel like we have? You know what I mean? It's like I'm not sure you're emotionally in the right place to have this kind of relationship with me if you miss me. It's like stuff like that is dumb. It's really dumb. And when smart people read it, they go, "I'm sorry, you miss me?" That's all you got. That's all you got. That's your marketing message. We can do better than that. We can do a lot better than that. We can say things that aren't just meaningless drivel that are put into a marketing automation engine, and I stand for that.
It's the emotion that goes into some of these emails, and their subject lines really do get I guess from the one hand, they get creative, but on the other hand, creativity can take away from honesty and realism when it comes to this relationship with customers.
Yeah, I think, just solve people's problems. People are waking up every single day with different problems. They need to find, sometimes we just don't have a good, clear message about what problem it is that we're trying to solve. And then, the marketing companies, we talk about ourselves too much. We don't talk about them enough, and we talk about ourselves too much. And people say, "Oh, Scott, that's really obvious." I'm like, "Yeah," and I could show you how obvious it is when I walk down the next company that calls me and says marketing's not working, and I'm like, "I know why it's not working." I look at your website, and the personal pronouns that modify you, the company, outnumber the personal pronouns that modify the audience about 10-1. It's like, that's what's wrong with your website. People care about themselves. It's we need to understand that as marketers, and like I said, we can do a better job if we can just be about them and we can just lead with empathy. Our profession is just devoid of empathy and the realization that these people that we are inflicting our message on are actual human beings. We start doing that, we can solve all of it.
I'm in total agreement with you about the websites and the personal pronouns, because they didn't come to a website because of the letter I. Or like in Sesame, this website brought to you by the letter I. It's about the customer that you're trying to attract. You do need information about yourself so they can learn about you, but keep it realistic to what they need to solve their problems. And I think that's really a great first step to even addressing the issues that you're bringing up. I know that you're developing a book, and I'm very excited to see where that goes and read it, because you really do need the right back and forth in communication to get your marketing message out there. And obviously the things that you're doing in utilizing media the right way and getting good releases and good stories out there really can help do that. So Scott, we thank you for being a part of the conversation today, and are very excited for what you're doing for standing up for marketing and for your clients as well.
Absolutely. Thanks, Howard. I appreciate it. It was great. You guys have a good one now.
And thank you all for joining us today. I think Scott really has some great messages there. Marketing really is about people, and they're not units. They're not numbers in a column. And companies need to keep remembering that and communicate with them in that way, so that they appreciate the relationship. And to learn more about what Scott is doing for his clients and his messages, go to dailyadbrief.com. But go out, have a great rest of the today, and we'll see you next time on Marketing Champions.